before the gold. Long before a single gold pan dipped into a river, California was a land of gentle beauty. The Sierra Nevada mountains stood tall and quiet, their snowy peaks glistening under the morning sun. Valleys stretched wide, filled with oak trees and tall grasses that swayed softly in the breeze. Native peoples lived here for thousands of years. They fished in the rivers, gathered acorns from the oak trees, and told stories under starry skies. Life was simple, steady, and deeply connected to the rhythms of nature. In the early 1800s, only a few Spanish missions, small ranches, and scattered settlements dotted the California landscape. Most of the world did not know this place well. It was quiet, almost forgotten. But all of that was about to change.
In January of 1848, near a place called Sutter's Mill, a man named James Marshall was working on building a sawmill. He bent down to look into the flowing water of the American River. There, glimmering among the pebbles, was a small piece of shining gold. It was just a tiny flake. But soon, news would spread, and the quiet hills of California would never be the same. At first, only a few people knew. Whispers passed from one worker to another. But by the end of the year, rumors had traveled by ship and by horse all the way across the oceans and mountains. They said that California had rivers filled with gold so easy to find you could pick it up with your hands. Whether that was true or not, the story was too tempting to resist. By 1849, the Great Migration had begun. Tens of thousands of people packed their belongings, left their homes, and set out on long, difficult journeys. Some sailed around the southern tip of South America, a voyage that could take months. Others crossed dangerous deserts and mountain passes by wagon and on foot. They came from New York, Boston, and New Orleans. They came from Mexico, Chile, and Peru. They came from China, from Europe, from every corner of the world. They were called the 49ers, not because of their age, but because of the year 1849, when so many arrived. Each carried the same dream, that somewhere in the rivers and hills of California, they would strike it rich. When they arrived, the dream met reality. The gold was not lying in shiny piles waiting to be picked up. Instead, it took back-breaking work, hours of panning, digging, and sifting through gravel and mud. Mining camps grew along the rivers. Simple tents and wooden shacks were built quickly. At night, the camps glowed faintly with lantern light. The air carried the smell of wood smoke and stew simmering in iron pots. Life was rough. Supplies were scarce and often expensive. A single egg could cost a miner more than $1, a fortune in those days. Many miners washed their clothes in the same rivers where they searched for gold and slept on beds made from pine branches. Still, there was a strange sense of hope. Each day could be the day when a single pan of gravel revealed a shining treasure. Forgotten details of daily life. Life in the goldfields was not just about mining. There were makeshift shops where traders sold boots, pans, and food. There were small saloons with rough wooden tables and simple drinks. Barbers set up chairs under oak trees. Even dentists and doctors appeared, offering help when they could. Letters from home traveled slowly. Sometimes it took months to hear from family back east. For many, these letters were treasures more valuable than gold. Not everyone struck it rich. In fact, most miners found little more than flakes, barely enough to cover the cost of their tools. Yet the dream kept them going. Hope was as valuable as gold itself. The gold rush did not last forever. By the mid-1850s, much of the easy gold was gone. California, however, had been forever changed. San Francisco grew from a quiet village into a bustling city. Railroads and roads spread across the land, and the dream of opportunity carried on, long after the gold had faded. As you drift into sleep tonight, imagine the soft sound of river water flowing, the gentle creak of wooden wagons, and the glow of lanterns flickering in the quiet night. The story of the California gold rush is not just about gold. It's about people. People who dreamed, who traveled, who worked, and who hoped. And like their journey, your dreams tonight may carry you softly into new worlds. So close your eyes, breathe slowly, and let the gentle past keep you company as you fall peacefully asleep.